Hello and welcome back to You the Manager. I'm sure like me, you're very happy that the international week is now over and we can get back to the real business of Premier League football. Unfortunately, former winner Zoran is unable to answer your questions this week due to family reasons. But Fantasy Dave is back. How are you feeling, Fantasy Dave?
Thanks, Dan. Much better. Thanks for asking. I know you really missed me. I've had plenty of time to relax, plenty of time to watch the international games and check the fixtures for this week.
It's good to have you back, Dave. Well, as I said, Zoran will be unable to answer your questions this week, but I have been able to get an interview with You the Manager leader Rui Marques. More of that later. Right, because of the international break, the leaderboards are completely unchanged, so where you were last week is where you're going to start this week. So, first up, a little bit of trivia. Arsenal captain Cesc Fabregas has led in the Premier League with 8 assists. Now, You the Manager, that's key contributions. That's a total of 24 points for setting up his teammates. I'm not even talking about the goals. He's done absolutely excellent this season. Right, a few of you have been sending in your questions to hq@youthemanager.co.uk, so I'm going to answer a couple of them now. First up is Serene from Dagenham, who asks, am I Darren's little brother? Well, firstly, Serene, with different surnames, so obviously not. But I do look up to him and he's a very nice guy, but definitely not my brother. Second up is Ollie from Scunthorpe, who asks, should he drop Frank Lampard from his team? Well, a simple answer to that one is no. Frank Lampard was the top scorer last season, was the 7th the season before, and although he's only scored 1 league goal this season, he will come good. Frank will score. He does shoot more than enough. And lastly is Nick from Ireland, who asks, which players impressed me the most so far this season? Well, I've just got to say it's Darren Bent at Sunderland. Tottenham let him go for around £10 million, and he's been in absolutely magical form this season. I expect him to continue and possibly push for a World Cup pace come the end of the season. Yeah, so thank you for all your questions and keep them coming in. You can put them on the YouTube channel or on hq@youthemanager.co.uk. Right, so I mentioned him earlier. He's the leader of You the Manager, Rui Marques. So, Rui, last season you finished 10th with 1,820 points. How motivated were you for this season?
One of my lifetime ambitions is to be one day You the Manager champion. So I don't have any kind of problems to motivate myself. I'm fully committed to win it. Last season I was just a small step from reach it. This season I have more experience. I believe I can win this season.
This season you've been on top for a while. Are you feeling the pressure yet?
No, not at all. In this kind of competition, I think if you can't deal well with your emotions, it's hard for you to win. In each one of the past 2 seasons, I've been leading for 2 months or something like that. In each of the seasons, I loved it, but I know this time I know more than last season that the important is to be the first in the end, and I will work every day to achieve that final moment of glory.
Right, and just finally, just let us know how you felt by winning the 5,000 Manager of the Month for September, please.
Okay, at the beginning of the month, it's a curious story. At the beginning of the month, on September 3rd, I turned 30 years old, and I remember saying to myself, it would be so fun and special to win my 3rd You the Manager monthly in the month I reached 3 decades of living, and it was really meant to be. It was a hard battle. I was very consistent all the month, but going to the last Sunday, I was only 2nd, with 14 points behind the leader, with only 2 games left. And I remember I had 2 players yet to play, and I put all my faith on them. Andy Reid from Sunderland and Darren Bent, also from Sunderland. With a huge performance, they helped Sunderland thrash Wolves 5-2, and I felt like touching heaven. My 3rd win was a reality. I won it by 6 points from Elgin quickly.
Thanks, Rui, and good luck for the rest of the season. Now, it's time for Fantasy Dave to give you just a couple of tips on who he thinks is going to be good this weekend.
Right, Dan, I've got a couple of picks this weekend. First one is the England hero on Wednesday, which is Peter Crouch. He's valued at £5 million in YTM, and he's got an away game at Portsmouth coming up, which is obviously his old club. And the week after, he's got Stoke at home, which is another a game that could get lots of points for Spurs and for Peter Crouch. Obviously, Jermaine Defoe, we're not sure if he's fully fit or not, so Crouch should be a good bet. The other one that I've looked at looking at the fixtures is the East Lancashire derby between Burnley and Blackburn at Ewood Park. Now, Blackburn, I think I fancy them to win this game, and Morton Gams-Pennison actually scored a goal in midweek against, I can't remember who it was now. It was a friendly against Hatch Crimson Stanley actually, and he scored a good free kick, and if he can keep that form up, I think he'll perform well as well.
Thanks, Dave, and it's great to have you back. Now, just before we go, I just want to let you know that You the Manager has a new sister game. It's called Mirror Fantasy Stakes, and you can find it at mirrorfantasystakes.co.uk. It's a game like no other. You pick your 11 men for this weekend and this weekend only. You've got an absolute cracking chance to win some prizes with our guaranteed jackpots. And don't forget, this week we're giving you a chance to play for free with a £5 free offer. Sign up right now at mirrorfantasystakes.co.uk. Right, that's all we've got time for. So goodbye from me, Fantasy Dave, and hopefully Zoran back next week.